Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Extra Show. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis. To my left is Dan Albano. To my right is Steve Fryer. This is the last week of the regular season. We're heading into the last week, so we're talking about themes that we kind of picked up on this past season, guys. First of all, Dan, let's talk about some teams that maybe weren't on your OCVarsity Hot 150 list, which is primarily a list of the best athletes we have in the county. Who are some surprise players that jumped out at you this season?
You know, I think maybe the number one snub from the my Hot 150 was probably Chris Vegas, the defensive lineman at Tesoro, who's played his way into certainly all county contention, maybe even Player of the Year consideration. He's got a double-digit sack guy. He should get a pretty big award, I think, out of the he's in contention for a big award in the South Coast League. Sticking with the South Coast League, Isaiah Miller was a guy I didn't have as well, and he was off to a really fast start to start the season. One guy I saw last week would really impress me. I don't know if you guys have seen him, but it's a quarterback, first-year quarterback starter at Valencia, Tyler Switzer. He's having an outstanding year, 25 touchdowns, kind of came out of nowhere. He's injured last year with a knee injury, and he's leading a high-powered attack. And Valencia's got a couple other gems out there, like Darren Sandoval is a great two-way player, Jacob Briggs at receiver. Valencia's pretty good out of the Empire League.
A breakout player that I can think of, I have to say JT Daniels out of Mater Dei. I mean, no one saw this guy coming. You look at his stats. We had him on there, yeah. But, I mean, as far as the passing yardage that he picked up, I mean, he had a long streak of 300-yard passing games. In a year of the quarterback where we knew about Devon Monster and Costello, I thought JT Daniels really made his mark at Mater Dei, especially as a freshman. Steve, breakthrough player, surprise team. What caught your attention this past season?
LJ Northington, Orange Lutheran quarterback, his arm's a little more live than I thought it was. I didn't think he had quite that arm pop to him that he has. He's shown that quite well. Aaron Simpson, the quarterback at Servite, come off the bench and just, a total little fireball of a little player over there. So many excellent players all over the place. Heck, Fimbres, the running back at Sonora, is just, every week, 200 yards, just very consistent. Garbers is better than I thought he was at Corona Del Mar. He's like a college prospect guy. And here's a big name, but I knew he was good, but the way he's matured as a leader and a big game player is Brock Johnson at Mission Viejo. He's got that weird three-quarter sidearm motion that you kind of cringy a little bit at him, but man, he makes all the throws. He makes every throw, and under pressure with guys in his face. He's impressed me quite a bit. I didn't think he was as good as he is.
What about some breakout teams, guys? I'll go ahead with San Juan Hills. They kind of bursted into our top 10. They weren't in our preseason top 10. Los Alamitos was there and rather high, but San Juan Hills really impressed us and had some big wins this season. Dan, who you have?
San Juan's right up there. Aaron Flowers, Patrick O'Brien, got that together. And they got to finish off. This week they play Tesoro, but they're definitely a surprise team. A couple of the teams I've enjoyed writing about this year. University in the Pacific Coast League. They've been a fun story. Pacifica got in the running in the Empire League. So did Kennedy. Kennedy's playing this week, playing for second place against Tustin. So big year for Sean Clark and Kennedy. They were under the radar as well. And then another one was fun to write about this week was Crean Lutheran. Snapped in the Academy League has been owned by St. Margaret's pretty much 2005 on. Tartans have won a lot of CIF titles. When Harry Walsh was there, they won last year, and here Crean Lutheran wins, and they're playing for a league title this week. They beat St. Margaret's last week. Now they play Brethren Christian this week for their first ever league title. This is a 7th-year program. Is small school. They lost their first 19 games as a program. And now they're on the rise there. So. There's been a lot of surprise teams this year.
Who are some teams that have caught your eye?
Well, El Medina and Catella, they're almost similar teams. They're just well-coached, tough guys, not a lot of size, enough speed to get it done. But man alive, do those kids play their hearts out. I love both those teams quite a bit, and I look forward to seeing how well they do in the playoffs. Braille Linda beat Elmo last week. 27-0, something like that. Man, I didn't see that one coming. Calvary Chaplain, the Orange Coast League. That's a pretty good team. Very physical team, a lot better than a lot of people think.
Yeah, and Gadina's another team I wrote about earlier this year. I mean, they've really turned it around as well. They're right there. And that whole league, actually, the whole Orange Coast League's kind of up this year. They're pretty strong.
Yeah, finally, just another great year to cover here at OCVarsity.com and all of Orange County Athletics. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis. I want to thank Dan Albano for all he's done this season. We still have the playoffs to go, everybody. We will preview that next week. So check out OCVarsity.com. Thanks to you, Steve. I didn't forget about you.
That's okay. I'm used to it.
Oh, here we go. All right, thanks to both of these guys. I'm your host, Jonathan Khamis. And check out OCVarsity.com for all your latest football updates. Thanks for watching.